VAATV, Vietnamese American Arizona Television. Hello everyone, welcome back to VAATV.com. So today in our studio, we have a special guest stop by our studio. This is Mr. James Part. He's a realtor and very popular in the community. Hello, James.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. How's the weather out there?
Hot, I'm sweating.
Yeah, I see like the weather it's getting hotter and hotter, isn't it? For the past week.
Yes, but in the morning it seems to cooling down in the morning, and then at 11, 12 o'clock.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So any business or anything to do outside that we should have just head up like before noon, right?
Yeah. If you can.
Okay, so I know like you are very popular in the real estate, especially for commercial, for business. Maybe you want to share with our audience why do you pick those areas to be specialized in?
Sure. I've been in real estate for 19 years now, but just recently, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, I found out that our community, they're not represented very well in the commercial and the business section. So I decided to come in and see if I can help. And I'm finding out there's a lot of need. And I think that's probably why it's keeping me pretty busy. Right. So I have a lot of people calling me. Right now, the majority is in restaurant. So whether they're buying or selling the restaurant. And then we also have other like nails and things like that. But one thing I want to let our community know is you can buy commercial building. You know, we did a really good job of buying houses, which is awesome. Right. But the next step, I think, is if you are able or if you want to, you can buy commercial building. And I would love to help you and show you. And we also have lenders that can help our clients.
I see. So tell me the difference for the business. You said like you are selling business. So which means that they build up a business and then there's no land or real estate included. It's just a business, right?
Correct. So,
okay, so how many types? Yeah.
Sure. So let's say you opened up a restaurant. Right. Right. And after 5, 6, 7, 10 years, you want to retire, and you need to maybe move to a different state. You cannot run the restaurant anymore. Right. So if you were to just close the restaurant, it's you don't benefit all that hard work you put in. Yeah. So what you do is you call someone like myself, and then we will sell that restaurant for you, and have another person come and take over. So you carry on your restaurant, and then that new person could create their own, life at their restaurant.
So in that case, the landlord will approve for easily for.
Well, no, because same criteria. The landlord would want to do a credit check. They want to make sure the buyer is qualified to pay the rent and everything else. So we still have other things that we do in the background. But most important is the seller and the buyer have to agree on the price. Right. Once you guys agree on the price, then I start communicating with the landlord, and the landlord is going to say, please give us the social security number so they could do a credit check. They might even ask for bank statement or even a tax return. And then once they qualify the buyer and the landlord says, okay, then we have a deal.
So how do you appraise the price of the business?
2 ways. One is if the business is running well, it's making good money, we could use the tax return. Oh, okay. Because the tax return will show how much the restaurant is making, and the cost or the price will depend on what the tax return shows us, okay? Okay. But sometimes the restaurant or the business is not making money, it is struggling, then it's better to do it as an asset sale.
Okay.
Asset sale meaning all the furnitures, the equipment, and everything that's inside the restaurant.
Oh.
So we're basically selling assets.
Oh, like I said, like stuff inside.
Yeah. And then the buyer would buy all of that asset.
Okay.
And then they can continue to run it as a Vietnamese restaurant or whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
Oh, but like how about the license? I mean, they have to follow with the
license is easy.
coding.
Once the sale is done,
Uh-huh.
they just have to go to the city and apply for their license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But like if they purchase the restaurant business, then they have to run the same business
No.
type?
No.
Oh.
They don't have to. They can if they want to.
Okay.
I have cases where a Mexican restaurant came and they bought like I think it was a breakfast place, and then they turned it into a taco restaurant.
Oh, wow.
So you could do that. You just have to go get the license from the city.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So which area that you specialize in the valley?
I'm all over the valley.
All over the valley.
Some people who follow me on my Facebook, in the morning I could be in Gilbert, afternoon I could be in Glendale, and then at 5 o'clock I could be in Tempe.
Wow.
All depends where my customers
You are on
meet
the
me.
run the whole day.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And then like the client base, how do you know them? Do you
most of my clients are referred by other clients, and many of them see me on social media. So if they have questions, they call me. But usually it works this way. Let's say somebody has a question about selling or buying a restaurant. They talk to one of their friends.
Yeah.
And then the friends say, oh, give James a call.
Oh, okay.
And then that person calls me, and then I try to answer all their questions. Just like the pizza restaurant I got yesterday, that customer got referred to me by another realtor.
Oh.
Because not all realtors do commercial or business. It was a residential realtor. And when he said, I want to sell my pizza, happy as the guy said, give James a call. And I talked to him, and that's how I got him as a customer.
So word of mouth, huh? That's very good.
Yeah, I like that because it's not someone out of the blue, right?
Exactly.
It's an introduction.
Like somebody knows somebody, and then the potential and the ability for that. So that's very good. So then when you right now you have a lot of listing that you want to introduce people.
Oh yeah, can I?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Oh, and where's your office located at?
I'm in Phoenix. It's on Central and Thomas.
Okay.
But you don't usually find me in the office. I'm always driving.
Driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's better if you call me.
Call. Okay. So then the phone number. Okay.
Okay.
What you have right now?
All right. I have a sushi restaurant. It's called Sushi Stop. It's in Mesa and Guadalupe.
Oh.
One thing very unique about this restaurant is the rent is very, very low. It's below $2,000 a month. It's perfect for mom and pop. But again, you could turn it into something else.
Oh.
All right. And then we have.
How big is that location you say?
It's about 1,500 square feet.
1,500 square. Oh, okay.
Okay. And then we have a Vietnamese restaurant in Chandler.
Okay.
So that is a very nice restaurant. It's a newer restaurant. It's got very good modern dining area. So if you're interested in running a Vietnamese restaurant in Chandler, please call me. And then I have 2 office or retail space in Ahwatukee. Now the landlord is open to any kind of business as long as the city and the zoning approves it. Okay, he's very flexible. He's got 2 spaces. Both of them are about 2,000 square feet in Ahwatukee.
Okay.
And then I have a Cajun restaurant in Phoenix for sale. The restaurant is doing good. It's busy, but the owner has a different concept. And if I tell you the name of the restaurant he has now, I think everybody knows, but it's a Cajun in Phoenix.
Wow.
So give me a call.
Oh.
And we have a boba shop called IT. So ITEA.
Oh.
It's near ASU. I think it's about 2 miles away in Tempe. So if you have interest in opening up your own boba shop, this would be great. Now, right in front of IT, there's a Starbucks. Now, if you see a Starbucks, you know the location is good because Starbucks spends a lot of money doing research before they open one up.
Right.
Okay. Now, McDonald's and Burger King, same thing. McDonald's spends a lot of money before they open up a location. And guess what? Once McDonald's opens, Burger King comes and opens, right? So if you see McDonald's, you see Burger King somewhere.
That's true.
And then a Japanese restaurant called Takamatsu. I'm sorry, Japanese name, but Korean barbecue restaurant, Takamatsu. They have one in Glendale and one in Tucson. The one in Glendale, they're willing to sell it for $150,000. If you bring 50% down, so $75,000, the owner is willing to finance the other $75,000. Okay. And then the location in Tucson, both the restaurant and the building is for sale. So it's a great opportunity for somebody who's looking for a big space.
So the price, that's only for the business, and then the building is different price.
Correct. The $150,000 is only the one in Glendale.
Okay.
The one in Tucson, we're looking at over $2 million because it's got the business and the building. Yeah.
Alone, by itself, or with something else?
It's alone. It's a freestanding building. Okay. And then I have a factory in Phoenix. Right now, they have 2 roasters. So they roast peanuts. It's got a machine that bags the peanut, weighs the peanut, and then it also seals the bag. So if you, maybe someone from Vietnam, they want to create a snack that you guys have in Vietnam, you could use this space, and it's got all the machines and make your own snacks. Okay.
Wow.
Rainbow Donut. If you have interest in opening up a donut shop, I have a Rainbow Donut for you. And then we have Pad Thai. Pad Thai is a Thai restaurant on Baseline in Phoenix for sale, and the price is great. So give me a call if you have interest in opening up a Thai restaurant, but you could convert it into Chinese restaurant because basically all the equipment's the same, right? And then we have Kogi. Now Kogi have 2 locations, one in Chandler, one in Ahwatukee. We are selling the one in Ahwatukee. It's in a great location right next to the AMC Theater. So if you have an interest in a restaurant, it's more like a self-serve type. You go and pay first, and then the food come out, you go and pick it up. All right? So give me a call.
Great.
And then we have a Boba Bliss in Gilbert.
Okay.
It's on the corner of Gilbert Road and Williamsville. Pizza, like I mentioned, that's the newest one I just got. It's in South Phoenix. I think great location. If you have interest in pizza, or you could take it over and then open something else.
Yeah. Now let me ask you. So all those listings is still running, right?
Yes.
I mean, still very good.
Yeah.
So how did they? So they can come and they can ask for. Because it's got to make sense, like how much money they earn, right, for the business, and then before they is that the price negotiable.
Oh yeah, in real estate, everything is negotiable, right?
Okay.
So if you like any one of them, you could give me a call. I could meet you. We could go take a look. If you like the space, you like the location, then we could talk about.
You can give them the phone number out there. What's the phone number to call?
It's 602-730-5688. Again, 602-730-5688.
Okay. So all those information that Mr. James Park has, he focused a lot in the restaurant, in the we talk about eating and drinking. Actually, eating and drinking. Yeah. So anyone have potential would like to go with the business, please contact Mr. James Park. I think with the weather like this, it's difficult, right? To come out, but maybe starting after this month, then maybe like somebody will come and start want to do business. Now, for the all those the reason why they selling is that because they just don't want to continue running, or any special for the.
Well, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Some people, they want to retire. Some people, lifestyle change. Some people, they're moving to a different state. So everybody's different. So in real estate, you will find if you got, even though they're like same situation, but they're not really the same.
Okay.
So when you talk to them and then go deep,
it's
different, very different.
Yeah, different things. Yeah. So I think the best is like you have to pick the right realtor who specialize in the business and who has like a name out there that usually very successful with all the transaction. And you can look for Mr. James Spark, and he's very bright. He very quick and snap, and he know a lot of customer, and he can help out with the idea of running the business. And then like with the business type, do you run across with any difficulty that you want to share to our audience, like in the past? Anything like they want to be aware? Yeah.
I had a very smart young man, and he wanted to open a pho restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we took time. I think we took about 5 months or so, and then we found him a location. He was very happy with the location. We signed the contract and everything.
Yes.
But he's a young guy, like early 20.
Right.
Then one day he came and he said, "Why do I have to take care of the air conditioning?"
Oh.
So I explained to him, on a residential, if the AC goes kaboom, you call the landlord. But on a commercial, you are responsible.
Right.
And he did not realize that. But he's a young, smart guy. He just never had
the
experience. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was one thing. And then I was able to get him 6 or 7 months free, so that he could build out the the TI. But for the last 6-7 months, he didn't do anything.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Oh. And then when it came time to make the first rent, he panicked.
Exactly.
So
because he has no business yet.
Right. So he calls me up, said, "James, next month I have to pay rent. I didn't do anything." Oh. So after talking to him, I think we realized he is not ready to run a business.
Wow.
So we have to do something called a buyout to get him out of the
lease.
Correct, because he signed a 5-year lease, and that's over $150,000. Right?
Wow.
So I called the listing agent, explained to him what happened, and also explained to him this is a young guy, blah 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 blah. So we finally, at the end, the landlord was willing to let him go with $20,000, and he was happy to pay the $20,000. Wow. So he paid the $20,000 out of the contract, the lease.
But this is like he's not thinking. I mean, like he dealing a space, and he has some in mind. He doing something, and then he should have contacted you earlier.
Correct.
Right.
He should have said, "Hey, I'm having difficulty in finding."
Did he say the reason why he is just not building up, or?
He said he called few contractors and they
so
were busy.
With contractor.
Yeah, because it's just an empty space, and he had to build the kitchen, right? And then he also had to build the dining area. Oh,
I see. Wow, that's tough. Like usually like that, people already have something in mind. Like they should have like a draw out, like a design, like what, where, stuff and all that, and already have the contractor on space.
But the problem with, I mean, he's a young, smart guy. But I think the problem with him was he had an idea, but he didn't talk to anybody.
Wow.
So if it's your first time, you know, opening up a business, talk to your realtor. Explain to the realtor.
Yeah.
And then someone like me will explain to you the big difference between renting a house versus leasing a commercial.
Yeah.
The very, very big difference.
Wow. Wow, that's a really, yeah, I mean, like the time that you are already negotiating for 6, 7 months and they didn't do anything.
And
oh, boy.
So, but I feel bad for him because he lost all that money.
Exactly, yeah. But he didn't think, he not regretting or anything. He not.
No, he's like, lucky because if not, the landlord could go after him for 150,000.
Yeah. Wow. Is he like working or?
Yeah, he's a, like I said, smart guy.
So
he's like I think he was like computer science or something. So he's a smart guy.
So before everybody, when they do a business, they have to really think seriously if this is something that they want to do, especially the one that they build up. Instead of like if they want to take over somebody's business, then maybe easier, right?
No, someone like him. I don't think even if he were to take over business, he's going to get in trouble because his expectation is wrong.
Way beyond.
Correct. So he need someone like you, somebody who's new. They need to sit down and talk to somebody who's experienced.
Right.
That way they get the whole story.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder, like, usually I know that the lender, the landlord will ask for experienced pages, you know, like if you are in that kind of business before they grant it, though.
Yeah, but some don't, some do. Yeah. If the lender had asked, then we would try to get some. But they didn't ask that.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So I think like just lucky for him and also a lesson for him as well.
Very expensive lesson.
Yeah. Because like, but do you think like it's good to when they do the business, they buy the past business or they create a new similar business? Like build up.
I think it's better if you buy an existing business because it already has customer base.
Right.
And as long as you could come in and do better, then you'll get more customers coming.
Like new management or anything in mind,
you could put out new management, under new management. But if you build up, it's brand new. You're going to need 3 months, 4 months before people start noticing your business.
Notice about the business, or if it's restaurant, they want to try out to see if the food's good.
Right.
And not only like a chef too. You know, chef is another story for that.
And food, I mean, it's so subjective, right?
Right.
You might like it. I might not like it.
Like a coffee, even like when they mix the coffee. So it's really a big difference there. But like I think like not every business, if the person that involved and would like to do something, they gotta have their own specialty.
Correct.
Right. So in that, that's the only way that they can make it through any type of business. Like nobody can beat them.
Yeah.
Right.
Your cooking or your chef has to cook something where it's so tasty for many people, right? Then they'll keep coming back. You know, once they come, let's say you're marketing, you bring people in, but if it's not good, they're not going to come back.
So in your idea, so when people open the business, they have to do like the area that they pick. It's got to be like same type of business in the street, or better to go separate in different business on the street. I
think, because I've seen it many times, when you have competition, I think is good.
Okay.
Because competition bring customers. Let's say customers been coming to you all the time. Yeah. And then I opened up. They might want to give me a try. So your customer would bleed into my restaurant, right? Because
you mentioned like there's a Starbucks, and then that's business is selling. Also the drink, the boba. Yeah. So of course it's a different thing, but that is another way to
because
try.
People are afraid of competition, but I think it's good because they bring people, and you can only eat at her restaurant all the time. You might want to come and try my restaurant. And if my food, and if my food is good, guess what? Now they're going to come here.
So it's good to like open mind
Yeah.
to any type, any food, anything. So like, because I know like when people want to look for buying the business, a lot of thinking, you know, a lot of thought, like should they buy the existing one, and is they're not sure the existing one have bad name and all that. So when they purchase, those are the record is there, right?
Right. But again, you have to think about it. An existing one already have some sort of customer base, right? And then you can increase it. If you open a brand new one, it's going to cost you a lot of money,
right?
Because you have to build a
kitchen and get the approval, inspector.
That takes time.
Zoning, all that. Right?
I have a customer who got an empty space, cost him $350,000.
Wow.
Just to build the kitchen. And the front, the dining area.
The dining area.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So the restaurant already available for sale. Then the square footage is if they are looking for that, then better to buy the existing business with everything already in there. Right?
It's already there, and then they can start the business right away. You don't have to wait 3-6 months. You know, waiting for permit, waiting for your contractors, and contractors sometimes they don't show up.
So what do they usually look for? The parking for the business. Are they concerned about that?
Oh yeah, parking is also important because when your customers come, you want to make it easy for them to park, so they could come to your restaurant and enjoy the delicious meal.
Exactly. So so those you can share with the audience, like a good business is for which location to have which, you know. Like,
that's different. Every location is different.
The city, like you say, like the I know, like in Mesa there's a power road. There's a whole street of food. Everything's there. So best to come in where there's a lot of competition, like you said, right?
Because it's great because let's say you go to an area, you have 5 or 6 different restaurants, right? And you're going to see that mostly the same people keep coming. And if the same people keep eating at the 5 restaurants and then a new one open up, you're going to be busy for the first month because everybody want to try the new one.
I see.
And then if your food is good, then you have them. But if your food is not good, then they're going to go back.
So you will representing the buyer, I mean the person who want to purchase, and you can also advise them what's good for them, right?
Well, that depends on the person. I get customers who is afraid of competition. They only want to open up a restaurant where there's no competition. But
sometimes it's difficult that way too.
Yeah, because people don't know.
Yeah, they don't know about it. If they open the business within like a busy plaza, then maybe a different story, right? Then because they go to a different business, then they can jump into that business, right? So it's really depend.
All depends. Everything depends.
I've been talking to Mr. James Part. I feel like he's very knowledgeable about all these criteria, you know, like business, selling, and then give you some idea. And then he very quick respond person too. So don't forget, any idea come in mind of open the business, open the restaurant, pizza place, or even a drink area, please remember of Mr. James Part, and you can share your phone number.
Thank you. One more thing, I also have a nail for sale in Ahwatukee. So if you're interested in opening up or owning a nail salon, please give me a call, and my number is 602-730-5688. Again, 602-730-5688.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks so much for stop by to our studio as a special guest. And then by that, then I know that he has a lot of business that available right now for selling, and very interesting because we have money. We can let money make money, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. And then also this morning, I was telling her, I met a Vietnamese couple. We looked at a $1.4 million commercial building. But I did a quick math. and I figure out it's actually not worth 1.4.
Oh.
It's got to be lower. But my client says they want to buy it. So I've got a lot of work to do because I need to get a whole bunch of other financial information to see. But the kicker, the listing agent didn't get mad because I explained to him how I figure out it's not worth 1.4.
Yeah.
He started laughing. He said, "That's what I told my client."
How you do it? You want to share?
Well, the method I use is the rent.
Oh, okay.
Commercial, again, commercial is different.
Cap, right?
Yeah, commercial is different from a house, right? So commercial property, based on the rent he told me, because it's got rentals, it's not worth 1.4.
Oh.
And so so the good thing is the listing agent and I were like talking and we're laughing.
Right.
Instead of,
instead of like fighting, right? Well, so that's good.
So that's good. So I'm waiting for all the other financials, and then we'll figure out how much to make an offer.
Oh, let me ask you, is that easy to, for the lender, for the commercial nowadays? Like has the interest rate?
Interest rate is high.
Okay.
Because of what's going on. But here's the thing. There are different type of loans you can get. There's something called the debt servicing, I think it's DSCR. With that kind of loan, you could buy a multi-unit or rental unit business, right? So let's say you have 10 units.
Right.
Each one is paying $2,000 a month. That's $20,000 a month, right? If your mortgage is less than what you collect, then the bank will use that money, that income.
The leftover?
The income, whatever the income is.
The income, okay.
And as long as that income can cover the rent, they will approve based on that. But then you have to have, good credit. You got to have your 20% down payment and stuff.
I see.
But they don't have to look at your income.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's so many different type of programs we can use. The last one I did was over 2 million, 2.25. A doctor bought it, and he used that type of loan.
I see.
Okay, so
they only use the income of the commercial.
Correct. So, like I said, 10 unit. If it's 2,000 a month for each, you're collecting 20,000 a month in rent. And if the mortgage is only 10,000, it covers the mortgage.
Oh, I see.
Then if you have decent credit and you got the down payment.
I see.
So
but the length of time is short, right? It's not long, right?
Yeah. On a commercial loan, it's not like when you buy a house, you get 30 years, right? Depending on the type of the commercial loan, it could be 5, 10, 15, or 20.
Oh, okay.
So it all depends on you again, the type of property, and the type of loan. But if you have an interest in buying a commercial building, give me a call, and then I will introduce you to a commercial lender, and then he will work out all the numbers and let you know. But I want my Asian brothers and sisters to know you can buy commercial building. Instead of paying rent, wouldn't it be better if you're paying mortgage on that business?
Right. Yeah, if the business make like high income for the rent, then don't have to worry about the income to qualify. So they just qualify based on that that plaza. So it's good to know. Wow. So everybody can own something if they would like to get into it. Please remember Mr. James Park.
Right. And if you're not ready today, we can help you, give you like a roadmap to get ready maybe 2 years from now.
There you go.
3 years from now, then you'll be ready.
Exactly. Yeah. That's good for the planning. Okay, so we will thank you so much for stopping by, and then we will hope someday we can see you again with more listing, and introduce more stuff to our audience.
I'd love to. Thank you.
Thanks for watching VATV, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day. LinhVi xin cảm ơn sự theo dõi của tất cả quý vị trong những giây phút vừa qua. Chương trình Vaatv xin kính chào, tạm biệt và xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị vào lần phát hình kỳ tới. Mọi chi tiết về thông tin thương mại và bảo trợ, xin mời quý vị hãy liên lạc về địa chỉ email vaatelevision@gmail.com và số điện thoại là 480 289 9816 480 289 9816, website vaatv.com và vaaznews.com. Xin kính chào, tạm biệt.